3, 2, 1, it's jam.
Hello everybody, welcome to Sneak Peek at the Creek. I am in the principal's office, Mrs. Robinson. However, thankfully I'm not in trouble. So that's the good news. But we are here talking with Mrs. Robinson, who is the principal of Timber Creek High School and has been for 11 years. And we have like a new initiative, new thing that's a new kind of saying, a couple of them actually, that's happening in our school, and a lot of the kids are talking about our commitment to graduate. Can you explain a little bit about what this commitment to graduate is all about?
Well, the commitment to graduate is our responsibility to try and get all students to be in their graduating class, so nobody falls through the cracks, so that we're there to build that foundation so they complete high school in 4 years.
Now, why do you think it's so important for these kids to have a high school? I mean, we know why, but why would you think it would be important for somebody to make sure that they get that high school diploma here?
Well, I think that students often don't realize that they're in a competition with each class member that they're in class with. And for your class, there's 387 other students.
Mm-hmm.
So once you realize you're in a competition and you're applying for colleges at the same time as 387 other students, it becomes very clear that you need to do the best you can in high school, getting the best grades, being involved, whether it's sports or clubs, activities, community service. It's all part of a resume that you're building in that 4 years.
And I do know that we as a high school have a very high graduation rate. I believe we have 93%, but that's not good enough. We want to get it to 100%, that every single student committed to graduating from the time they come in, and it's a 4-year process, right?
Yes.
And I remember in our freshman orientation, we had the students, didn't they have to sign, they had a banner that they signed, a
They
commitment?
sign the cap and gown when they come in, and we have that little ceremony in August at the 8th grade orientation.
Right.
Hopefully they commit at that point.
Right, and it's a 4-year commitment to get there. Now, also, I also know that there's also almost like a sub-plan to that commitment to graduate, and the sub-plan is basically, you came up with it. It's really clever and it's really true. Is we have to do everything we do in our lives. We have to have some kind of a blueprint, a plan. And your saying was to everyone when they come in and you talk to them and say, "What's your plan?" Everyone has to have a plan. They can't just go through life like that wah-wah bag that the wind blows and lands here and lands there and lets life take them. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that and how you came up with that? And there's a personal story, if you don't mind, if you can share with us, that is really inspiring.
Oh, well, I'm glad you think it's inspiring.
It is inspiring. It is inspiring.
Nobody told me to have a plan when I was in high school. I happened to be in a high school where everybody was going to college, but I didn't know how to do that because my parents did not graduate high school. And I didn't know why they knew where they were going beyond high school, and I didn't know to read, and I just loved being in my college prep classes because all the kids were in college prep. And then after high school, I did what my parents did. I got married and had children. And then when the 2 children were in school all day, I said, now what do I do? And I always wanted to be a teacher, so I went to school when I was 37. I went to college. And so I did that in 4 years. And I kept going to school because I knew when I hit 60, I wouldn't want to be in the classroom. I would want to be doing other things.
Administrative work.
So I kept going to school.
So you didn't have a plan at first.
Nobody told me.
As you matured through life, and at the age of 37, you put together a plan.
Yes.
And that plan was a blueprint for your success. Is it ever too late? Is it ever too late to be able
Never.
to say?
Never, never, never,
Never.
never. You're going to get older whether you accumulate credits or you don't. And you have to find your passion. And teaching was always my passion. I loved it. I missed the classroom. I missed the kids. But I have a plan for the kids. So,
Gotcha. Well, you run a great school here. This is a phenomenal school. Timber Creek is really got an excellent reputation. So thanks for joining us,
Exactly.
and thanks for joining us for another sneak peek at the creek.